Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So instead of a haul video like I normally do on Sundays, I thought I'd take a little break from that, which I sometimes like to do, and chat about my absolute favorite products that I've tried over the past couple of months. I like to do this every once in a while because I feel like it really helps to narrow down what's really good and what products stand out and which things I'm actually using out of all the stuff that I've hauled over the past few months. So I hope this type of video is helpful, and I'll definitely go back to the Sunday hauls next week, but like I said, I think it's a good idea to just let you guys know what is really good. So I have 9 or 10 products here that I wanted to share with you, and these are just products that I just find myself reaching for over and over again. So let's go ahead and just jump right in and get started, and we'll start with what I'm wearing actually on my eyes today, which is the Essence Coral Me Maybe palette. So I just think these palettes are so fantastic. The formula is so good, and I have never been a huge fan of Essence's eyeshadows. I love, their brow gel, mascaras, blushes. They have so many great affordable products, but I just felt like eyeshadow was always kind of their weak point. But when it comes to these, they are so good. I was so surprised. I initially just bought 2, and then they ended up sending me the rest of them in PR. So I do have all of them that I can show you guys swatches of in case you missed that video where I unboxed the PR package from them. But I think out of all of them, I wear this one and Dancing Green the most. Those are 2 of my absolute favorites, but the rest of them are really great too. So let me just quickly show you swatches and close-ups of all of these. So we'll just start with the one I have on my eyes, which is Coral Me Maybe. And this one, I just love it. It's like a perfect everyday palette, especially if you have a lighter skin tone like I do. I just feel like these shades aren't too dark and they're just really pretty and soft. So I definitely reach for this one. Like I said, probably the most. Next, we have Dancing Green, and this one is amazing as well because I love green eyeshadow, first of all, but second of all, it's not super bright. I think the greens in here are just like the perfect kind of toned down greens. And then you also have a really nice kind of brownish crease color. It has a little bit of a green undertone, but it's not super green, so it kind of grounds your look a little bit and can help keep things a little bit more on the neutral side if that's what you want. We also have Taupe It Up. I really like this one too. It's not as taupe as I was hoping it was going to be. I feel like this is definitely more gray and silver, but I do love my cool tones, so I like this one as well. I think it's just really beautiful, and as you can see, like these shimmer shades, they're just so nice and shiny and foiled, but they're not glittery, so they have kind of more of a smoothness to them. They're really nice. Another one I happen to love is Bronze This Way. This is kind of like a deeper version of the Coral palette, so you have those warm tone neutrals again, and I like this one too, just for like really pretty fall looks. If I'm wearing like a nice orangey colored sweater or something, I think this one just definitely gets me in the mood for fall. So love this one. And then the next one is I Like to Mauve It, Mauve It. And this one I wouldn't say is as mauve as it is a little bit more purple, but I like purple eyeshadow too, so that's perfectly okay with me. And this is just another really pretty one if you like cool tones. It's gorgeous. And then the last one is Ice Ice Baby. This one's probably my least favorite just because I don't wear blue on my eyes that often, and I find the blues in this one to be just a little bit patchy, and I didn't have that problem with any of the other palettes. So I think it's just kind of the nature of blue eyeshadow, especially really deep blues can sometimes get that way, and deep purples as well. But like the other palettes, the shimmer shades in this one are phenomenal. So if you did want to use the shimmer shades in this palette and use different mattes, you could totally do that as well. So anyway, I just think these are such a steal. They're only $3.99, I think, at Ulta, and they're just so collectible and so fun. And like I said, they have an amazing formula, so I definitely highly recommend those. Another eyeshadow palette I cannot get enough of is the Glam Light Chocolate Martini palette. So I did get this one and the green one as well, which was Dirty Martini, and I haven't really used that one as much just because this one's so much more neutral and I wear neutrals on an everyday basis, but I've already worn this in 2 different videos, and I've also just worn it in my everyday life. I've had so much fun playing with this palette. I've used this Happy Hour shade right here, this blue that is just so gorgeous and reflective, and it has the duochrome. Also this one, Vanilla Vodka, that looks white, but it ends up swatching as like this beautiful kind of golden shifty shade. It's so pretty. Extra Lit, this pink one, I wore this in a video as well, and just I love the way that it came out. I think all of these shades are just so special, at least the shimmer shades. They just have so much like dimension to them, and they're really surprising when you actually swatch them out and look at them up close. And the matte shades also just perform so well. It's so easy to blend and work with, especially if you're not like the best blender like I am. It's not a tricky formula to work with, which is another reason why I love this palette so much. And I think the shifty duochrome shimmer shades just make this so much fun to play with. It's more unique and different than just your everyday neutral palette. So like I said, I've just been having so much fun with this palette. The green one is beautiful too, but I feel like I get the most use out of this one. Another product that I've been using nonstop since I got them are these glowish blushes from Huda Beauty. So I loved the bronzer when it came out, and these are that same amazing formula. They look marbled inside, and they just are the softest powders. They don't have any type of like fallout or kick up, and they just have this amazing kind of melting quality where they just melt into your skin. They don't look powdery sitting on top, and they just look like the blush is coming from within. So two of the shades I have are a little bit deeper, and I don't wear those quite as often. The two that I wear the most for my skin tone are Healthy Peach and Caring Coral, but I'll show you guys swatches of all the shades just so you can see what they look like. And I just, like I said, I think these are so great, and I've been hearing nothing but rave reviews about them on YouTube as well from other people. So if you get the chance to try one of these, I would definitely do it, because I think the blush formula is a little bit more on the unique side, just in the way that it has like this interesting texture that just looks so flawless and perfect on your cheeks. So I really am enjoying those two. There's another blush as well that I'm actually wearing today, and this was one that in my Sunday haul video I had mentioned that I purchased because of Mel Thompson. One of her last videos that she did, she talked about this Laura Mercier cream cheek color, and this is in the shade Praline. So this is the color that she had, and I remember in that video she was talking about how gorgeous of a nude this is. It really is like the perfect nude. It goes with everything. And I can't tell you how many times I've just reached for this blush because I've had it sitting in my bathroom. I have like a little travel bag in there from when I went on vacation a couple weeks back, and I brought this with me, and I've just every day when I do my eye makeup, I'm like, what blush should I use? And I think about coming in here to my makeup room, and then I'm like, you know what, this'll go. I have this one, so it's just kind of right there, and I've just been using it over and over because it's so easy, and it literally goes with everything. It really is just the perfect nude shade with a little hint of pink, and I also love the formula as well because it's not sticky. It's one of those cream blushes that just dries right to a powder finish as soon as you put it on your cheeks, and it doesn't like disturb your foundation or lift up, you know, your products or anything, and it doesn't feel sticky once it's on. So I just love this. I would definitely pick up more shades, but this one, Praline in particular, is just so versatile that I just keep on using it. I feel like it's so small, it's going to be gone before I know it, and I'm going to have to get another one. But yeah, this is a really, really good one. Another thing I've really been liking a lot is this new Joa foundation. This is the Crystal Glow Primedation All-in-One foundation. So a few weeks back, they were giving this away for free on their website. I happened to use the code. I don't think they're doing that anymore. I know last time I checked, they were offering free shipping on it. So if that's still going on, you could take advantage of that. I haven't seen this at CVS yet because I know they do carry Joa there, but I'm sure at some point it's going to be. I just ordered it from their website, and their shipping is really fast. It came in like 2 or 3 days. But anyway, the formula of this is really, really nice. This actually reminds me a lot of the CYO Life Proof foundation, which was one of my favorites and has been discontinued, but it has the same kind of finish where it looks just like your skin. It doesn't look like you're wearing foundation in the sense that it doesn't settle into your pores or fine lines, and it also doesn't like cling to any dry patches. It's a really hydrating formula if you have dry skin. I don't know how oily skin types will get along with this necessarily because it does have a little bit of dew to it, a little bit of glow. It leaves my skin almost like slightly dewy. It's not sticky per se, but it doesn't feel like it completely dries down either. So I think this is going to be great in the winter time, but I will say the coverage of this is on the lighter side, and it's a little bit lighter than the CYO foundation was. So I do have to build it up a little bit more on my nose and also add concealer to areas as needed, like under my eyes and stuff, because it doesn't cover everything. But that's just kind of of the finish that I've been going for lately, and I've kind of been going away from more full coverage foundations just to lighter tints and things like that. And this is perfect for that. And it is supposed to have a primer in it as well. So you're supposed to just be able to put this on with no primer. And I think it does a great job at just smoothing out your texture as well. My skin always looks really good when I wear this. So I do really love it. Just keep in mind, if you like something that is more full coverage, you're probably not gonna like this. But if you like a skin tint to maybe like a BB or CC cream type formula, I think you'll really like this, just in how smoothing it is and how natural it looks on your skin. Next up, I also wanted to mention the Retro palette from Natasha Denona, because this color story is just the prettiest thing that's come out in a long time. I just love how soft these colors are. They just work with my skin tone so well because I have like that little bit of a pink undertone, and these just are so complementary. And I'm not normally somebody who likes pink or red eyeshadows, but these are kind of more on the dusty side where they're just more subtle. They're not super bright. And also you have a really nice mix of both warm and cool tones in this palette as well. I also think the formula on this one is pretty easy to use. Sometimes Natasha Denona's formula can be too pigmented, where I put some color down and then I just feel like I'm blending and not getting anywhere. But a lot of her matte shades in this palette are the cream to powder formula, which are more sheer and you can build them up easily. And I just find those to be a little bit easier to work with than her regular powder matte formula, because like I said, that one is just a little bit too intense for me. I like to be able to kind of build up my eyeshadow a little more. I also really enjoy the shimmer shades in this palette. I think they're just so beautiful on the eyes. They're a little bit more sheer, but they leave a nice sparkle, a nice sheen. And I've just gotten some of the prettiest looks out of this palette, and I love how fall it is without being orangey, because a lot of fall palettes, or what we think of as fall, have those warm tones where it's like orange and yellow and red, but this one kind of says fall in a slightly different way with the pink and the gray and everything. So I just think this color story is so beautiful, and I've been using this palette a lot as well. Another eye product I've really been loving are these Tarte Quick Sticks. So I did get a set that's available at Ulta. It's like a holiday gift set of these, and it's so much cheaper. It's like the price of one of them, I think, or just slightly more than buying one, and then you're getting like almost two for free. So it's a really good deal if you've been wanting to try these. And I had been wanting to try them for a while because I've seen a lot of other YouTubers talking about them back when they first came out, just that they're such a good cream formula. So these actually have a cream eyeshadow on one end, like an eyeshadow crayon, and then the other end is a complimentary eyeliner. And at the time when they first came out, I was kind of like, I don't know what color to pick. They're all pretty. I didn't know what to do really, so I just kind of never bit the bullet. But then when I saw this gift set come out to try 3 different shades, I was like, okay, that's definitely worth trying. And I really wasn't sure what to expect because cream eyeshadows can be a little tricky. Some of them crease or smudge, so I wasn't quite sure, but these are such a good formula. The people I watched that recommended these were not kidding. They really stay put all day. Actually, when I swatched them on my arm, it took like an oil to break them down. Normally when I do swatches, I just kind of rinse it off with a little bit of soap and water. That was not doing it for these. I had to actually pump an oil cleanser on and try to break these down because they are just so budge proof. And the liners are really great as well. They're so creamy. They don't skip along your lash line, and they're also very long lasting. So if you like doing just a quick one and done eyeshadow look, just slick something on, put a little liner and mascara and you're good, then I think you'll really enjoy these a lot. Like I said, they're very long lasting. The colors are pretty, and I think the set is a fantastic deal. So definitely get it while you still can, because it's only around for the holidays and then they're just going to go back to being expensive for one of them. So definitely jump on that one. And then the last product I wanted to mention is the Huda Beauty Desert Lights palette. This is another one I've been wearing so much. I feel like this video is actually very eyeshadow heavy, but I just feel like eyeshadows are really what stood out to me the past couple of months, and this palette definitely no exception. It holds its own against some of the more expensive palettes for sure. Now it doesn't have any matte shades. These are all shimmers. This one down here is a little bit more of like a satiny finish, so it's not matte, but you can use it as a matte. And to be honest with you, I've been using these shimmer shades in my crease anyway and really enjoying the look of it and just like having these really glowy eyes without any matte shadows. Again, it's kind of that one and done type of effect where you just kind of slick one on your lid with your finger and then blend a little bit into your crease just to get rid of any harsh edges, and you're done. And these shadows are so like shiny and metallic and foiled looking on your eyes that it's like you just look like you're glowing. They're so beautiful. I would love it if Flower Beauty would just use this formula in all of their palettes, to be honest, because they definitely hit a home run with this. I'm not normally a fan of their other eyeshadows. The Forbidden Fruit palette that came out not too long ago, I really wasn't super impressed by that, but this one and the Jungle Lights are incredible. The only thing I will mention about these though is if you're going to order them from Ulta, just be forewarned that they may break. Ulta, we all know, is not the best at packaging, and honestly, they should be because they specialize in makeup. They should know that this stuff is breakable. It's not like Amazon where they're boxing up tons of things and maybe there's some guy in the warehouse packing your makeup and has no clue that it's gonna break. You know, Ulta, makeup is what they do. So all the people in the warehouse should be trained to just pack everything really well. But sadly, they just throw something like this in a bubble mailer and it ends up being completely shattered. In mine, this one was really broken. It was completely cracked. But the good news is I was able to just kind of mush it back together and it's totally fine and usable and everything. It wasn't like the whole palette was shattered or anything, but these are super, super soft shadows. So just be forewarned. And maybe a good rule of thumb is just to order this along with a bunch of other products, because I know that when I order a lot of stuff at Ulta, it comes in an actual box and usually they put at least a little bubble wrap in there so it has a better shot. And I've also noticed that when I pay for the faster shipping and it comes in 2 days versus being out there in the mail, like tossed around for a week, I find that things come intact a lot more if you have the faster shipping. It is more expensive, but sometimes it can be worth it. But probably the safest bet of all is just to order it from Flower Beauty because they package their stuff really well, but I know they don't have the points like Ulta does, so it's kind of like you never know what to do. But anyway, sorry to go off on a tangent. This palette is just so good and I highly recommend checking it out, especially again if you like neutrals. If you like more color, the Jungle Lights is also really pretty as well. All right, guys, so those are really the products that have stood out to me the most over the past couple of months. I'm sorry it took me so long to do another one of these update videos, but I definitely plan to start doing them more regularly again now that I'm doing my hauls on a regular basis, because I just, I want to be able to give you guys more information and just let you know what the best of the best is so that you don't waste your money on stuff that maybe isn't so great. So anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your thoughts on these products down in the comments below. If you've tried any of them and what your thoughts are on them. I always love chatting with you guys and hearing your thoughts. So thank you all so much for spending time with me on your Sunday. I always appreciate it so, so much. And also, if you're new here and you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button and joining the family here. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.